Chosen Rehab Center, we don't joke when it comes to security. We make sure the rehabilitants are totally secured. Just bring your drug addicted relative and watch us work on his transformation with the power of God while you stay at home and rest in peace. You can locate Chosen Rehab Center at Achimota Abofu. Call 0555 466
I am 50 years old now. I don't have a wife. I don't have a son who will someday call me daddy. I don't have a daughter who will someday call me daddy. And I am not a celibate. It is not that I have vowed to God that I want to marry. No. But it is just because we have chosen to marry cocaine. We have chose to marry heroin. Or we have chose to marry alcohol or any other mood altering substance. I want you to sit back. Know that each time the seconds is ticking, time is going. Time is going. What legacy are you living for your children, if you have any? And what do you think you are doing in order for you to have a wife, a husband? Ladies are not here, but I'll also say that. Yes, a wife or a husband. Let alone procreate. So that a child would say, Daddy. We ought to think carefully about those things. It's very important. And I know that that is the main reason why you and I are gathered here. Because there are so many defects in our lives that when we don't alter them, alter the things that we ourselves can change, and leave that to God, which God will change, then I don't know what life or what legacy that we are living for generation yet unborn, or for our family members who will one day say, hey, there was this man who lived among us. Okay, blah 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 blah, and then the story goes. Then why won't you be among those that they will say, yes, there was this man, regardless of the many toil and trouble that he went through in life, regardless of the defects, the alcohol, the drugs that he did. He was able to stand tall on his feet and made great strides. Our one and only guy who was with Osibisa, what's his name? Kiki Jan. Kiki Jan. Would you want to be like Kiki Jan? I always say, look, the beginning of a thing matters not. It matters not at all. Your beginning, bullshit. It doesn't matter to God. But how you end is most important. And I always say that life is a school. The more you live, the more you learn. Life is a school. The more you live, the more you learn. So it is imperative on us to learn from those who have climbed the ladder of success and some way somehow have been able to come down from grace to grass. And how those also who were from grass soared little by little from the grassroots level to grace. I would learn from you and you would also learn from me. I always say, when you come to Chosen, we are pre-wired. I look into your face and I see myself. So it is important for us to understand this. Look, in as much as you want to come to recovery, or you want to come into an institution like this, if it is your mom who is telling you to come to a rehabilitation center and therefore you did, then you are mistaken. If it is your employer that told you, look, you're not doing well, go to a rehab, come to Chosen Rehabilitation Center, you've missed the point. If it is your wife that advised you to come here, you've missed it. But if you yourself come to a point of realizing that no, time is ticking, the clock is ticking, time is going, where are my friends? Where are my friends? Where are they? They are climbing the ladder of success. And I'm still here. I don't even have a bicycle. I know of one friend whose name is Lai. We used to be in Qatar, in the same area. And this guy was opportune to travel to Italy. When we were doing drugs in Ghana here, when we were doing drugs, he was the type who always lambasts us. But trust me, when he went to Italy, he fell into addiction. After 10 years, when he dropped down, he didn't even come with a bicycle. He was here, he was in this house a couple of months back. But he was unable to stem the tide and hold forth to his ankle while the raging storm and the boisterous wind is hitting him. He wasn't able. I need us to understand this. In as much as you and I have made it a point that no, we are here, then we are at the right place at the right time. We are. It means that there is something eating you up, that you think that no, you cannot with your own strength. You cannot with your own strength solve that. And therefore you needed a higher power. You needed somebody. Your life has become unmanageable, and that takes me to the first step. You know, we'll be dealing with the 12 steps. And what it is, it says, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and over drugs, and that our lives had become unmanageable. And I always wish that in such a time as this, we all will have a pen and a paper and to jot something down. It is quite important. You and I, we have come to realize that we are powerless over alcohol, over drugs, over any mood altering substance. If it is your brother who told you that, then you are at the wrong place, because you are here maybe to satisfy the whims and caprices of your sponsor. Oh, my mommy says I smoke a lot. My mommy says I drink a lot, and therefore I need to be at a rehab. No, your mommy says, but you don't know. Your mommy says, but you don't know. Then it means that you have not come to a point of realizing that you have a problem. Until you admit that you have a problem, there wouldn't be any solution whatsoever. You admit to yourself that this is my problem. And you don't keep it, but communicate it to somebody. That is when we'll say, yes, this man is matured. Maturity is not by age. Maturity is not by age. And it is not that perhaps you had smoked for 20 years, therefore you've gained experience. No. Maturity is not by age. Somebody can be very little, because Bible says, and it shall come to pass that in the end times knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Because the person is gifted with that knowledge. Because many of us here will say we started smoking even before our own teacher started smoking. But he has learned about addiction and its related vices. And by reason of that, he can advise you as to what steps to take for you to regain your recovery. And as a matter of fact, we always say that nobody has gained total recovery. Recovery is always a process, as a destination that we never get to until you die from the surface of this earth. Because trust me, you can quit drugs for 20 years. And a woman, just a woman, and something, maybe you chuck success on with something can easily fetch you again into drugs. And when it happens that way, your life will become very, very miserable. So I want you to have this reorientation that if you were here, because your mommy promised you that, look, if you're able to make it here, I will buy a taxi for you. I will make sure that you get a driver's license. As I know a brother who has been promised here, then if you should be able to go through this recovery and you go home and the taxi doesn't come, it means you're going to relapse. So I'm going to promise him, see, maybe you were promised that, look, after you have gone through this 90 days or 180 days, we are going to make sure that we get a visa for you to travel to the United Kingdom or to any part of Europe that you want. And when you concluded and exhausted your 6 months whatever in here, and you should go home, and peradventure the promises were not met, then it means that you're going to relapse. No, it means you don't know what you are about. It is as though you are living your life to suit somebody. Oda shigbekejibu. When you know about what drain in such a time as this, I always try to advise young folks, and I admire this boy 69 so much, and I always want to encourage the young ones that it is good that, look, you knew drugs when you were young. It is. And by reason of that, now that you are here to quit drugs, your future will be explicit if only you put things right. If only you put things right. Somebody will say, look, let me work hard. And when I work hard and I gain the riches, then I will live a life that I want to. I will womanize. I would drink. I would smoke marijuana. I would smoke cocaine and do all the shabby things. You can see the contrast. The young one who knew drugs very young is twice better off than the one who accrue all the wealth and riches in this world and say, no, it's now time for me to enjoy at age 40.